So, good evening सभी को. This is Garvit Rathod from the Sunrise Academy, and today we will cover the chapter The Letter to God in just a few minutes. So we will cover the whole summary of this chapter. The first flight से है ये chapter number 1, The Letter to God. So firstly we will cover its important line, the line which you have to write in your exam and which will enhance your answer. Okay, so the line is, wait, this is, faith in is like Wi-Fi. It is invisible but has the power to connect you with what you need. So this line actually means that the trust is like a Wi-Fi. You can't see it with your naked eyes, but it is like a feeling. You feel this, and by this you can connect with whom you want or what you need. Okay, so this is the important line. You should have to write it in your corner of your notebook. Okay, so coming on the next thing, so the introduction. So according to the introduction of this chapter, first you have to write and you should have to remember the name of the author. So the name of the author is GL Flutes. So this chapter is basically about a man and it's the unwavering faith on the God. The man is Lancho. This chapter has written by GL Flutes. It is about a man's unwavering faith in God. Starting with the summary now. So Lancho. Lancho was a hard-working farmer. He lived in a valley. So he was basically a hard-working farmer. He works like a ox. If you read the chapter, you will go through this line. Okay, he lived in a valley. His house was situated on the top of a hill. His house was situated on the top of the hill. He could see his field from there. So he is able to see his field, and his field is of corn flour, corn. So sorry. He expected a good crop. The field only needs some shower or some downpour. So उसकी जो फील्ड थी, जो कॉर्न की जो फील्ड थी, वो सिर्फ थोड़ी सी बरसात यानी कि जो रेन होती है, जो शार का यहाँ पे मीनिंग है हमारा रेन. हाँ, तो डाउन पोर हम बोल सकते हैं उसे थोड़ा और इन्हेंस करने के लिए वर्ड को. सो द फील्ड ओनली नीड सम शार. He was hopeful for the rain. So he was hopeful that if the rain will come, my field will be greatest ever. He was thinking about that. So during his meal, तब वो खाना कर रहा था. During his meal, it begins to rain, and his wish was fulfilled. He went out to feel the pleasure of the rain. He came out and feel the pleasure of the rain. But suddenly, immediately, a strong wind came and a large here. Sorry, here it's not here. It's hail. It's hail. This word is hailed. ILED, hailed. Its word is hailed. So hailed storm. What it means? Hailed storm मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा तेज तूफान आया. So, but suddenly a strong wind came and a large hailstone begins to fall. It hailed for an hour. The field was white. So ये जो तूफान था वो कोई लगभग 1 घंटे के आसपास चला और जो उसकी जो पूरी फसल थी वो पूरी वाइट हो चुकी थी. So the field was white. White, it seems like the crops and the whole field is coated with this salt. If you read the chapter, you will again go through with this line. The corn was totally destroyed. जो corn थी वो पूरी destroy हो चुकी थी. ठीक है. Then Lancho told his family that they would go hunger that year. They should have to go hunger with this year. There was no one who could help them. So there was actually no one who can help them in their distress. But there is only one hope of God. So the one who only helped them is the God. All through the night, Lancho thought of only one hope, the hope of God. Lancho believed that God's eyes saw everything. Lancho strongly believed that God will actually help him. So he, God's eyes see everything. He would never let them die of hunger. So he basically thinks that God is seeing everything which is happening around him, and he knows that Lancho was in the distress, and he will definitely help him in his distress. So basically, this is the thought of the Lancho. Okay, moving on the next thing. The following Sunday, he wrote a letter to God. On the next, or we can say the following Sunday, he wrote a letter to God. He wrote the letter to the God that God, I am in the distress, please help me. So he write the letter to God, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hunger this year. So I need the 100 pesos for sustenance. So what he actually write, he wrote that if you don't help me, अगर आप मेरी मदद नहीं करोगे तो मुझे और मेरी पूरी फैमिली को इस साल जो है वो भूखा रहना पड़ेगा, मैं जी नहीं पाऊँगा, मेरी पूरी फैमिली को भूखा रहना पड़ेगा, तो मुझे आई नीड 100 पैसोज फॉर लिविंग. सो उसने कहा था कि मुझे जीने के लिए ना 100 पैसोज, 100 पैसे नहीं बोलूँगी, 100 पैसोज चाहिए थे. ही रॉट टू गॉड ऑन द एनवलप. सो he wrote, actually the address लिखते हैं हम envelope पे, तो he wrote the to God on the envelope. He put the letter inside and went to the town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the letter box. So basically he placed the stamp on it and moved to his house. The postman shows The postman showed the letter written to God to the postmaster. The postman जो होता है वो क्या करा, उसने जो लेटर था वो अपने पोस्ट मास्टर को बताया. Postman who delivered the letters, and postmaster is the, we can say, the owner of that post office. The postman was an amiable man. What is the meaning of amiable here? Amiable actually means the funny type person, the laughing type person. So, amiable man, he laughed loudly and opened the letter. So he laughed loudly, that what the thing is it. So he laughed loudly and opened the letter, but at the same time he becomes freeze and thinks about that. What is this? He laughed loudly and opened the letter. He ordered not to shake the writer's faith in God. So he don't actually want to shake the writer's faith on God. The postmaster answered the letter. The postmaster answered the letter as being the God for him. The writer had asked for 100 pesos. So he go through with the letter that the writer, who was the writer? The writer was the Lancho. So he decided to give him the pesos. Since it was impossible for the postmaster. So since it was impossible for the postmaster to collect the 100 pesos all by himself. So ये possible नहीं था कि वो 100 pesos जो है वो खुद अकेले postmaster जो collect करके 100 pesos दे दे. So he asked for money from his employees. So it is impossible to collect 100 pesos by himself. He asked for money from his employees, his colleagues, his friends. He himself gave a part of his salary. तो उसने अपनी सैलरी का पार्ट जो है वो तक दे दिया था कलेक्शन के लिए. So he even requested his friends to contribute some pesos. He put all the contribution money in an envelope addressed to Lancho and signed the letter to God. So listen, what does it mean? सुनो, wait. So ये कह रहा है जो पैसे वैसे उसने सब कलेक्ट करे थे, उसने क्या करा कि सारा जो था वो एक एनवेलप के अंदर डाला, और जो एड्रेस था, एड्रेसेस टू लैंचो, यानी कि उसने जो एड्रेस डाला कि भाई ये लैंचो के पास जाएगा, और साइन लेटर टू गॉड एज द गॉड. सो ही बिकम द गॉड फॉर लैंचो एक्चुअली. द फॉलोइंग संडे लैंचो रिसीव द लेटर. सो आगे जाके लैंचो को जब वो मिला, व्हेन लैंचो काउंटेड द मनी ही बिकेम एंग्री. सो जब लैंचो ने काउंट करे पैसे तो ही बिकम एंग्री. एट ऑब्वियस टू बिकम एंग्री because it was only 70 pesos. Because only 70 pesos, remember this numerical, that it was only 70 pesos. He wrote another letter to God to send him the rest of the amount. So see the faith he have on the God, that he didn't even think that God will send him 70 pesos. He thinks that he requested God to send it on him by not to send it him by mail, because he thought that the post office employees were a bunch of crooks who stole the money. So basically यहाँ पे सोचा क्या उसने बोला कि भाई उसने एक बार के लिए भी नहीं सोचा कि जो भगवान हैं उन्होंने उसको 70 पैसों दिएंगे. इतना अनवेवरिंग फेथ था, अनशेकेबल फेथ था उसको गॉड के ऊपर. उसने ये सोचा कि जो पोस्टमैन वहाँ पे जो एम्प्लॉयज़ थे, पोस्ट ऑफिस के जो एम्प्लॉय हैं, उसने उनके पैसे स्टोल हिज मनी, उसने ये सोचा होगा. और उसने दूसरा लेटर लिख के दिया गॉड को कि भगवान जी प्लीज़ जो मेरे बाकी के 30 पैसों है ना, वो आप मेल के द्वारा मत भेजना, किसी और जो चीज़ होती है किसी और वे के द्वारा भेजना. बिकॉज द लाइन इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, रिमेंबर दिस लाइन, that because the post office employees were the bunch of crooks मतलब चोर है एक तरीके से. वो विश्वास के लायक नहीं है. उसने ये सोचा. सो ऑल द स्टोरी what it conveys a very important message, that the story conveys the message that a person faith can turn mountains, कि इंसान का जो ट्रस्ट होता है, उसका जो फेथ होता है, वो माउंटेन्स तक हिला सकता है. Lancho faith in God enables him to get help from the postmaster. So उसने क्या, जो उसका फेथ था, तो enable him to take the help, to get the help from the postmaster. ठीक है. और the irony, दिस इज़ मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. इसके ऊपर से क्वेश्चंस बनता है कि व्हाट इज़ द आयरनी. हर चैप्टर के ऊपर से बनता है व्हाट इज़ द आयरनी ऑफ दिस चैप्टर. तो आयरनी क्या थी? आयरनी मतलब इसका भाई जैसे कि एक तरीके से स्टोरी चल रही थी कि एक वे में चल रही थी कि लैंचो से उससे ये लिया, उसका तो कंक्लूजन निकल रहा है. जो कंक्लूजन भाई पोस्ट मास्टर ने उसका अच्छा करना चाहा, लेकिन हुआ क्या, जो आयरनी क्या निकली, द आयरनी इज़ द वन हु हेल्प्ड लैंचो इन हिज डिस्ट्रेस. तो जो लैंचो का जिसने भला करना का चाहा था, उसकी हेल्प करी थी, द वन हु हेल्प द पोस्ट मास्टर मीन्स द पोस्ट मास्टर, द एम्प्लॉयज़ ऑफ द पोस्ट ऑफिस, द वन हु हेल्प्ड लैंचो वर ब्लेम्ड. वो ब्लेम करेगा, यानी कि उनके ऊपर इल्ज़ाम लगाया गया एंड एड्रेसेस एज क्रुक्स. तो उसको कैसे क्या कहा गया था कि भाई यू आर द क्रुक्स, यू आर द वन हु स्टोल माई मनी, क्रुक्स बाय लैंचो फॉर स्टीलिंग रिमेनिंग 30 पैसोज. तो दिस इज़ द आयरनी ऑफ दिस चैप्टर. आशा करती हूँ आपको अच्छा लगेगा. आई होप यू ऑल विल एन्जॉय. और दिस इज़ द whole summary of this chapter, and the most important lines are also there and the message is also there. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.